What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Two Guys Rambling. Another episode, Javi, down, and this time we've got a guest we've been waiting for forever to get on here since we started this. We got Joe Torres finally on here. Super excited to have you on here. Of course, we had to have Zack on as well too. Back, right? The brothers in arms, dude, for sure, right? And Club Humidor. So we're super excited to have all of y'all here. Please, before we get into all this madness that we're about to get into, one, I apologize for however long this podcast ends up to be. And two, it's going to be really informational. It's going to be really fun. We're going to learn a lot today. Not just about cigars, but about Joe Torres and what he does and what he's all about. But before we get into that, make sure you go down the bottom, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. So that way, you see it down there, Joe? It's down there. It's down there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that we need so that we can bring more content like this out here and make it more fun than we're doing right now. As always, the first thing we do in every single podcast, Zack, is a cut and light. Did you know we do a cut and light?
I did.
Yeah? Did you know?
Whoa, you cut cigars?
We cut. You got to cut cigars to smoke them, Joe.
I ain't shit.
Yeah. So, as always, the cut and the light is brought to you by Club Humidor. That has 3 locations in San Antonio. Huebner, San
Pedro,
and
Thousand Oaks.
And Thousand Oaks, right? We all know San Pedro is the best one. The most fun. So as now we're going to get into our cut and our light. We don't have our Bing boy here today.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's out at the ranch. So we're going to have Joe tell us a little bit about the cigar we're smoking today, cause this is a 113 cigar.
Yes, sir, it is. So today we're going to smoke the 113 Sumatra in the Lonsdale format, 6x42, Nicaraguan fillers, and the binder with an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper on the outside. Pigtail on the head and unfinished foot, and that was my first time doing the podcast.
It's dropping everything.
Right?
Huh?
I do that every time.
Every time.
Just put that anyway.
Yeah.
We'll pick it up.
Right?
You might just get a little bit closer to the mic.
Sure, yes, sir.
Yeah, you can bring it closer to you, whatever is more comfortable for you.
She said.
That's what she said. And that's the first one of many for today, I'm sure. I am sure.
Yeah, so this format, believe it or not, was one of the first July 4th events we did for Club Humidor. I want to say it was July 4th of 2014, if I'm not mistaken.
God.
And this was the very first new Vitola added to the original 113 catalog, which is Robusto, Torre, and Churchill was the first original 3 sizes.
Really? Yeah. This Lonsdale size, dude, is such a good fucking size. I like it. I like it a lot. Mm-hmm.
Draws like a pencil.
Draws like a pencil.
All right, I'm going to pour me some of this before I have to. Did you get some already?
Yeah, I got some. Just pass it around.
Yeah.
Yeah, where do you got tall can from?
This is tall can? God. Yeah. Joe, so first, I mean, obviously, dude, we're really excited to have you on here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And we want a lot of the podcast to be about you. And, of course, we're going to learn some about cigars today, I'm sure, right? Because that's going to come up in the Joe Torres history. But, and I got myself a little script here. We don't got to stay on script. But I needed questions so that way I would stay on script. Because if not, we're going to be rambling all fucking day. Yeah, all fucking day. So I wanted to start out by your background in the cigar industry. I know that you were one of the first tobacconists in the state of Texas.
Correct. I was one of the first certified tobacconists under the Tobacco University guidelines. And that was easily over 15 years ago, probably more like 16, 17 years now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was the very first one, but I was told that I was like one of the first here in Texas.
Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, like, what is a tobacconist, first of all? So
a certified tobacconist is someone that knows pretty much everything about cigars. Back in my day, of course, it's changed now. It was a book that you read. It was a 6 weeks online course, and you get to test at the trade show. Now, which I think is kind of bullshit. Now you get to take it online, open book.
Oh, really?
It's kind of a little watered down to me, but I mean, it's still producing good certified tobacconists.
That's cool.
It's just not as tough as it was when I first started.
Damn. That's interesting. So tell me a little bit about the journey, right? How you got into cigars, like the cigar business, right? Like how it is working in a cigar shop. Like how did it all start? How did Joe get into cigars?
So, one of my best friends gave me my first cigar on my 20th birthday.
Okay.
Partagas number 10, the Dominican Partagas. And, my little sissy ass grew up, having asthma and all this and that. Like a cigar, I didn't smoke a cigar.
Yeah.
Smoked it. One of the best experiences of my life. And went from there. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
And then, so before this, I was a mortician. I've been smoking now for 26 years overall. So I was smoking probably a good, maybe 5, 6, 7 years, almost 10 maybe when I got into the actual business. Left the funeral business, started working part-time at another cigar shop here in town, and next thing I knew, working at Club Humidor, and 14 years later, here I am at Club Humidor.
Yeah.
Releasing my 17th cigar on July 4th.
And then you're how many years at Club Humidor?
Going on 3.
3, right?
I think 3 in October. Yeah.
Feels more than that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right. It's been hot minute. So I kind of broke up the way we'll go through stuff in like the segments, right? Like introduction, obviously, right? About you. The first thing I want to do is like exploring the cigar industry, and what piqued your interest about cigars, and then what drew you to pursue a career in it, right? When did you change and you're like, man, especially becoming a mortician and then going into selling cigars?
Yeah. So when I left the funeral home, I cashed in my vacation time because I had so many hours. And I stayed at both Club Humidor and at that time it was called Cigar, which is now our Thousand Oaks store. I was there every day just hanging out, smoking cigars. And the owner of Cigars like, man, you're here every day. Why don't you get a part-time job?
Yeah.
And that's how it started.
Damn.
That's how it started. I mean, I went from making mortician pay to $350 every 2 weeks. So it's been a journey.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
It hasn't been easy.
What piqued your interest where you're like, you know what, I don't want to go back and become a mortician. I wanted to, like, what was it? What was it about cigars that did that to you?
So the first year, I want to say it was the first year that I started working at Cigar. It was a membership type lounge, and the top 2 members would get to go on a trip to Nicaragua. And the number 1 spot was Rocky Patel, number 2 was Los Blancos. And at that time, I wasn't the number 1 customer. I was number 2, so of course, the number 1 guy picked Rocky Patel.
Yeah.
And Los Blancos, and went down to Nicaragua and just blew my mind. Changed everything about what I saw about cigars in the industry and things like that. And that's actually how I started blending cigars.
Badass. That's
on that
crazy.
trip, one of the days you get to blend a cigar for fun.
Yeah.
And since I could speak Spanish, I was able to talk to Ricardo. At that time, was a master blender which is the Placencia factory. And he took me under his wing and showed me all the little things. Came back with a bundle of cigars of my blend. Passed them out to all my friends. And like, what the fuck? You blended this? This is amazing. So that's how that cigar ended up being the private label for Cigar at that time.
Fuck.
Damn.
And it just started, like I said, just rolled over from there and kept on going and making contacts, meeting everybody in the industry, John Drew, Pete Johnson, Matt Booth.
Yeah.
From there, and it just started growing and growing and growing and growing.
It's funny because the July 4th, when y'all released this one, that was my first ever event. I'd never been to an event before that. And so seeing like Matt Booth and stuff, like how friendly he is with people, and then seeing that you had blended the cigar too, and then tasting the cigar too, right? The cigar was fucking amazing.
Thanks.
One of the best cigars I've ever had. By far one of the best cigars I've ever had. And still one that I smoke regularly, but not too regularly because I don't want to run out.
You don't want to run out? No, gotcha.
That's the worst part about good cigars. Good and rare cigars, you can't fucking smoke them all.
You're like, I have 20 in this box. I'm not going to run out.
Yeah.
You're like, okay,
Down your last 5. Yeah.
We're just scratching the box.
Exactly, right?
Well,
What's up?
well, like, what goes into like blending a cigar? Like, do you get like different leaves and stuff to lay them out?
Yeah.
And
So the best way I describe blending a cigar, and forgive me, guys, the EPC and Pete and Jonathan Drew, all these guys, Boofy that been doing this forever, a lot more than I have. I see it as like putting a puzzle together. You
Okay.
get to try each individual leaf that goes into the actual cigar for the blend, and then from there you get to decide, okay, so I like these 5 leaves, make the cigar, pick the wrapper, and then from there is when it starts. The more you smoke it, it's like, it's about an inch in, like, this is horrible, and then this and that, we'll tweak this, tweak that, add another head, or, add another VSOL, change the binder.
Yeah.
And that's how it just starts, like I said, it's building a puzzle. But then the other catch to that is once Once you blend a cigar, like, oh man, this is great. Now you got to let it sit for 30 days because that's when it's going to change. It can change for the better, it can change for the worse. And it's happened to me in both situations.
Damn. 30 days.
30 days. Yep, at least 30. So you can smoke a cigar at 2 points right off the bench and 30 days later. Anywhere in between, it won't taste the same as it did day one because that's when all the tobaccos are marrying, releasing all the ammonia, all that kind of. That's when the tobaccos are simmering.
Got you. In your opinion, what are the best leaves to have in a cigar? Anybody who, you know how daunting it is walking into a cigar shop for your first time, right? First time you walk in, what's going to give them that real experience with the cigar the first time they're stepping into that cigar shop?
I mean, so like for me, my very first cigar I ever had was a Partagas episode number 10, which is a rock solid medium body. It wasn't your typical Connecticut or flavor like your typical, root starting off. So I was just lucky enough that it was spot on for me, and I built from there as opposed to, these guys that come in, that want, the sweet stuff or the flavor stuff.
Yeah.
The just mild.
Sweet bottom Betties.
Which I understand why that's a popular cigar.
Sure.
I mean, of course, because Jonathan Drew, it's Jonathan Drew.
Yeah, of course.
But, I always try and steer people more into traditional cigars when they want to try something new.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, I had a woman come in the past couple of days, and, I like cigars. I'm like, you want mild, medium, strong? She said, you know what? I want a strong one. And I showed her, a strong one that I think is a very good one. And, we'll see. We'll find out what happens.
Are you seeing an uptick in more women smokers? Yes. Yeah. I've noticed that too, like even just being on like the cigar forums and stuff like that. Like
I think it's a good thing. It brings more people to the cigar world.
It brings a different palettes, different, you know what I mean? So different things are going to start picking up, which is cool too. And I would put the mic a little bit closer to you.
Uh-oh.
Just so that way I make sure I have good audio. That's way better. Okay. What do you call it?
I don't like things on my face, goddamn.
Yeah. All right. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Yeah, and so having more women cigar smokers and stuff like that I think it's going to broaden a lot more stuff, and I don't know if there's very many women who blend cigars right now, right?
The ones that I know,
if any,
is Karen Berger, which is the widow of Kiki Berger, Don Kiki, which is a good friend of mine for many, many, many years. There used to be a cigar brand called Sirena, I think it was called. And I forgot her name. Forgive me. She was a owner of a company.
Okay.
But I think right now the forefront is going to be Karen Berger.
And who does she work for?
She actually has her own company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has her own cigar line. As a matter of fact, they called us a couple weeks ago to see if we can to set up an appointment to go to PCA for her. Yeah.
Badass.
And that's a definite Nicaraguan cigar. Yeah.
Damn. That's pretty fucking cool. So being one of the first people to be certified as tobacconists in the state of Texas, what if challenges, if any, did you feel at that time, right? Because obviously you said the test was different.
Well, I mean, aside from that, being on the retail side of it, when I first got certified, I sounded like a damn nerd. So, people, hey, is this cigar good? Oh, yeah, it's got this, that, and customers would be like...
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it good or not?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. In the beginning, it was like, this guy's full of shit. He just got the little lapel pin. He thinks he's, this and that.
Yeah.
And then we started explaining to customers, it's kind of like being a wine sommelier on the tobacco side of it.
Sure.
They kind of start understanding what that is and what it's about. Then of course that's where many of my customers, follow me because of that reason, because I don't lead them in the wrong path.
Gotcha.
In the 15 years I've been at Club Humidor, I've seen customers, push the wrong product on just for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And that's where it's all bad.
That's the part of the cigar industry
that's
where
retailers, we got to do the right thing and sell the customer what they want.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why people need to go to Club Humidor. You know what I mean? So you got trusted people that when they step into there, they know what they're getting. They know that they're going to get something good that's going to, when they get home and they cut it and they light it up. I talk about this probably every time we talk about cigars, but there's a meditation aspect behind it.
Oh, of course.
Where you sit down and you unwind from the week and it, just relieving. last thing you want to do is go cut a cigar and smoke it, and you're like, this is not what I want.
The first thing you got to do is, you first smell the glass tube to make sure that the cigar is proper. I mean, that's the first thing you have to do. I mean, run it under your nose, That's what beers, I want to hear that, so make sure that's the first thing you got to do.
First thing you got to do, you got to smell it through the cellophane.
You got to smell the 4-count sampler pack with cellophane,
and then the box around it. So let's do that, right? Let's talk about some
cigar etiquette.
Some myths.
Myths?
You know what I mean? Like that's one of the myths. You see that all the time.
Well,
people walk into a cigar shop, grab a cigar through the cellophane, try to smell it. And not many people know you can't smell the cigar through the cellophane. You can't.
Well, I mean, acid you can smell.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My bad. My bad. What are some other common myths you think that people come by, or even like saying, like the whole thing with like whenever they put a bill up to the house, right? They always put cigars and premium cigars and cigarettes in the same combination.
The last couple of bills I've seen is that they're trying to take care of the kids.
Sure.
No more flavored tobaccos, no more flavored cigars because
can't put cartoons on the band, stuff like that.
I have yet to sell a 10-year-old a cigar.
True that.
I mean, you have all these beers. You have cotton candy beer, you got root beer, all these, pickle beer.
Yeah.
And it has all these cartoons. It just shows you that the alcohol business has better lobbyists than the tobacco business. Bottom fucking line. I mean, that's what it is. At Club Humidor, we have plenty of, attorneys that are customers and members of the lounge.
Sure.
So when bills like that come up, I've seen the owners come up to, certain attorneys at the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can't believe you're going to try and pass this. That's crazy. That's bullshit. And I said, would you represent us in Austin? Like, oh, well, I don't know. But so that's the whole key. I mean, it's the lobbyists. I mean, it's alcohol. I mean, they got better people than we.
Yeah. That's
bottom line.
Disheartening. Talking about 113, what inspired it? I know I did a little research, so I know what inspired the name.
Right.
It's your birthday, right?
Yeah. So when I was managing another shop, it was actually Cigar, but there was one on Blanco, and I met this one guy, Steve Drew, and we just clicked. I mean, we became good friends right off the bat. And then he was actually a wine sommelier and a cocktail master for the Hyatt downtown.
Okay.
So, I was a certified tobacconist. He's a sommelier.
Yeah.
Started talking about all this and that. And, I work at the shop, and he started, hanging out just about every day, all this kind of thing. Hey, so what do you do this weekend? I'm going to celebrate my birthday. Said, really? When's your birthday? It's, on Friday, Friday, the January 13th.
Yeah.
He's like, that's my birthday. So we, oh my God, 113. So he decided he wanted to, after all my knowledge, he wanted to make his own cigar line.
Cool.
And thus comes 113. You know, he was funding everything. I had all the experience, and that's how we came together.
Damn.
Since I had all the experience going down to Nicaragua at that time, so we started 113 in 2012, and at that time I'd already been down to Nicaragua 7 times.
Damn.
So I mean, yeah, he trusted everything, all this and that, and then we happened to link up with Esteban Carreras for the factory to make our products, and we flew down there, hung out for 10 days. I blended cigars, he tasted them, with all this kind of, I changed this, change that. Luckily, Gonzalo, the factory manager for Esteban Carreras, is an old Cuban master, and we just clicked very, very well. And that's how, every single blend that I would make at that point, he would tweak it, tell me, he'd say, I'll try this leaf, change that, and that's how we're smoking this one. Because that's between my limited experience and then his lifetime knowledge, that's why we're smoking this one.
What about 113 and the cigars y'all make and all that stuff? What do you think makes 113 unique? What makes it unique? I guess, would you consider it a boutique? I guess it is, right? Because it's a small.
I would say whereas boutique is about the size of a Tic Tac. That's what I would say. So in 2014, when we were 113 proper, we actually produced about 100,000 cigars.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, of course, things changed, all this and that. So now I'm on my own as far as 113. And luckily, the Rumbles have enough faith in me that now we just do micro batches
Yeah.
113 products.
That's badass, though.
Like for example, I mean, this run for July 4th, it was a 5,000 cigar minimum, and we did 2 blends, so 2,500 cigars of each blend.
Yeah.
The CHF and the 113.
Both cigars that literally going and sitting in the humidor, like in smoking there, they've been legend.
Mhm.
Both of them.
Everyone
Both
says
of them.
they're
The
so
CHF
good.
and this one.
I have one customer of mine that he actually saved his last 2, 113 and CHF, and supposedly he was going to smoke them this weekend and then buy a refresher.
Yeah. Yeah. They've literally been legend. We've heard about them, and everybody's like, like, man, these are the
I've
cigars you
seen
gotta
like
smoke.
one person smoke one, and I
Yep.
was like, I want one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, you've never had one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you even smoke?
Yeah. Do you even smoke? Are you even a real cigar smoker? Funny story going off the side of that. During the Christmas time, not knowing, my mom contacted Joe and was asking Joe about the Opus X 22s or whatever, right? Which is like a stupid expensive box to get. And she was like, yeah, maybe not that one. What else do y'all have? And Joe had the Añejo 888s.
The Triple Eights, yes, sir.
Yeah, the 888s. And so my mom had him put him aside and was like, oh, don't tell him, yada, yada, yada. So I would go into the cigar shop and I'd sit down. And first thing would happen. They're like, oh, you've never tried these before? Are you even a real fucking cigar smoker?
First we bring a book in.
Yeah. First I got berated for bringing a book in. And then I still haven't taken a book in here. I took all my books out of here today too, so I wouldn't get berated in my own my own studio.
Right? You're fucking read a book in your own home.
Yeah, literally, right? Bookworm.
At least my books are on pop-ups.
Yeah.
I'm talking porn books.
Yeah, the real good ones. Yeah, wow. Yeah. That's the only thing popping out, right? That's fucking hilarious. Could you walk us through the process of developing and producing your own cigars? Like, how does it work? You're sitting down and you're laying down in your bed at night and you're dreaming about cigars. And then what happens?
A pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not whatever licensing, distribution license.
Where does it start? Where like you come up with a cigar like this one. What's the first thing you do? You pray? You go to light some candles? Or?
Well, when a mommy and a daddy really love each other.
Yeah, so like this batch right here, I mean, when Keith actually decided to send the check and we're gonna release it on July 4th, a lot of Holy Marys, Hail Marys, and no dirty movies for a couple weeks. Trust me. I mean, after that, I mean, it's because there's so many factors. It's easy to blend one cigar,
sure,
but you gotta trust the factory to make 3,000 cigars the same taste, the same brand, the same. That's the catch. It's easy to blend one cigar, but to trust the factory to blend it or to manufacture it over and over and over.
Is there a way to guarantee that at all?
The only way you can guarantee that is like some of the upper echelon friends of mine that are out there is that you're there every damn day in Nicaragua or Honduras or Dominican, wherever you are, overseeing everything. That's the only way. I'm over here sending an email like, hey, how's it going?
Just checking in.
Yeah, I can't be down there every day to make sure it's the same batch, the same fillers, the same wrapper. That's the catch.
What is so after you obviously because you have to come up with the blend, right? You come up with what they're going to put in the cigar. What if there's not enough leaves? Is that ever a problem?
For myself, no, because I don't use anything super exotic. I use anything like 8-year-old binder or a 12-year-old wrapper. No. I use everything that's
sure
within the next 5 years to be produced.
Sure.
And like those, and like I'm sure you guys have seen, the Davidoffs, all this limited edition.
Yeah.
It's a whole different animal there. That's way above my pay grade. That's a whole another thing.
So then, the older the leaf, the more expensive to blend the cigar. Gotcha.
Yes. And what a lot of typical cigar smokers don't understand is that I'm sure you guys have seen the pilon, the 1,000 pound,
oh yeah,
tobacco.
Yep.
The drone has that all the time and they take the pictures. So now, let's just say, just to keep it simple, let's say there's 5 pilones of tobacco that's in the cigar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just say all 5 tobaccos are aged another, 5 to 10 years as the pilon, and then we roll it with those same tobaccos and put the cigar away for another 5 years. This is 2 different outcomes in the taste of the cigars. And a lot of people
I'm gonna put these on to make sure the audio is good.
Uh-oh. Am I that bad?
I'm worried.
Jeez.
I get nervous when sometimes we're not.
Yeah,
listening
because
on here.
last time we did a whole 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then Sean, he fell asleep in the chair, woke up, saved it. He overrode one of our previous things,
Nice.
so now
Literally
we have to reshoot.
so now, like, I get gun shy now. I get gun shy, and I got a quick little intermission
Put that
there.
anywhere. Fuck
It was-
it. Start over.
Yeah, it was just a little intermission. That's all. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Fuck this, fuck that, right? All right, Joe. So out of 113, what's your favorite cigar you've made, you've constructed?
Damn.
It's like asking what's your favorite kid.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
Oh my god, I almost had to spit that out.
That's just what happened right now.
I mean, hard. Oh, fuck. That means something else.
Yeah.
hey, definitely
Yeah.
something wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, beep 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 beep.
Two Wongs
It's
to
gonna-
make a wife.
Two wrongs don't make a way,
It's
baby.
gonna sound like we're trying to send Morse code right now.
Right? Beep, 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 beep.
Hey, whoa, that's mine, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll just have a Coke.
No, but seriously, probably the best cigar, in my opinion, that I blended that I love myself was the Pyro.
Oh, really?
The Pyro. To me, that was a beast.
You
Yeah.
haven't had one of those.
Oh, all right. Here we go again. You're watching it live. You're watching it here.
The
me,
bully.
me getting shit on all over again because I haven't tried a fucking cigar. That's
Yeah, so the Pyro was actually was our second July 4th release, and what we wanted to do was make it like firework based. You know, because it's July 4th.
yeah.
So I also wanted to tell my partner Steve at the time. I said, "Hey man, let's make it a torpedo, and let's make it like a bundle of firecrackers that are torpedoes that shoot
Yeah,
from
yeah,
there."
yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm thinking a bundle with the black with the sparkles and all that. And then Steve, the genius that he is, he decided to make the box like a TNT plunger box.
That is.
Oh, that's
fucking
the ones that we've
That's the one.
seen.
Yeah. So that cigar, I mean, that was personally it was probably one of my best blends, and then the packaging and the event was one of the best for Club Humidor ever.
Yeah.
ever.
That's
I mean,
super
it was
fucking cool.
Bang.
Oh, okay, that's good. Were you even there?
But
No. I wasn't born yet.
I wasn't even born. God. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. What are some things that a new cigar smoker walking into a cigar shop should do?
And what are some things they shouldn't do?
Yeah.
They should probably start with smelling all the cellophane.
well, yeah.
You actually
hello.
take the cellophane
Hello.
off and just smell the
No,
cellophane.
The first thing a new smoker should do is ask for Cubans. I mean,
Ask for Cubans.
right off the bat.
The
Please,
first
please.
thing you ask.
Where are your
And
infused Cubans?
And of course, every time they show up, they're off. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's okay. It's all right.
We're trying to do what we can.
Yeah.
We're Club Humidor.
We're Club Humidor, man. Okay, we can't just keep these things on the shelf, man.
Yeah, they're on break.
Yeah, they're on break. Did you ever hear the Cuban anthem?
No.
Row, row, row. your
Oh
boat.
my god.
Oh, shit. This is going on YouTube. I hope you don't.
How come Cubans don't take showers?
Well.
They'd rather wash up on shore.
Oh my.
Oh, my
Bro,
God.
All the time.
Too
He
good,
has such
dude.
the best
Too
jokes.
good, dude. They're
All
too
the
good.
time. The best jokes.
Oh, damn.
No. Hey, just to make you Cuban told me that. Cuban told me those two jokes. So
That's
just please,
hilarious,
please.
dude. That's hilarious. What should a new cigar smoker do? What should they look for? Right? You walk into the humidor and you see all these fucking cigars.
I've noticed recently that a lot of new smokers come in and ask for advice, which is
That's good.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It'd be like me walking to the Total Wine, and my friend gave me a bottle of wine. It was delicious. Did you guys have it? It was a red wine with a white label.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
yeah.
It happens all the time. My uncle gave me a cigar. It had red on the band with some letters. Do you guys have it? I'm like,
Yeah. I have no idea,
and
man.
I'm at the point where I tell customers like, dude, that's a needle in a haystack. I mean, can you tell me
Yeah.
more than that? I mean, I'm not trying to be a douchebag, but I'm
Yeah. Like what else? What else? Give me something else, man.
Wait. Oh, it's wrapped in tobacco. Yeah. We have it.
You see the Sam Price right here? Yeah.
It's those. Oh, you didn't know he paid this much for those? You're a lucky guy. Go into smoking your first cigar. What is like? How do you get the most flavor out of it? Everybody's like, man, I can't taste anything inside of my cigar. Like they don't get no notes or anything like that. Do you get notes in your cigars? Do you get?
So the whole, I taste, nougat. I taste, so perfect example. My business partner at the time, Steve Drew, that did 113, he smoked my JT the Limitado, which is the Blancos 9, right?
Okay.
And him being a fucking Somali, he did a website fucking tasting on it. He tasted green bell pepper and creek pebble. And I'm like, what the fuck is a creek pebble? And I'm like, oh, well, as a Somali, I actually went to a creek, pulled the pebble in my mouth, and I got to put it in my mouth and taste it.
That wasn't a pebble.
What?
But that's the kind of level he was as a wine sommelier. And I'm
really?
like, whoa, dude. I'm like, that's crazy. But he's like, that's what I tasted. It was green bell pepper and creek pebble. And I'm like, wow.
Tastes like purple construction paper.
Yeah.
You gotta eat a lot of shit to be a sommelier.
No, dude, that's crazy.
After you suck it through your teeth.
Yeah.
It's like, you see what the Chinese are doing? Where they're giving people like, they basically saute rocks and put sauce on them.
Oh, yeah.
And people are
that?
sucking on rocks.
Yeah.
Because stab a Club Humidor?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, that's what they're doing now because they're running out of food. They don't have enough food to feed
They're trying to,
people.
like, get them to, like, it's just
these
for the
are
flavor.
good.
Yeah, these are good.
These
like
taste
that,
really good.
And synthetic rice, or like in India or like Africa or some shit, they do like those. It's like mud pies. Yeah, and they like eat them. It kind of kind of good.
They put them out in the sun, right? And like let them dry and shit. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that shit. It's kind of weird.
Put the shit in a tortilla. with some pico? Fucking hell yeah. I'll fucking eat that shit. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm a fucking wetbag. I'll do it.
What are some like common misconceptions when it comes to cigars? Like maybe shit you hear, or what are some common misconceptions you think?
Oh, jeez.
One of the biggest ones I think is that you have to spend a lot of money to have a good cigar. Like good cigars are always going to be $40 or $20 a pop.
One of my pet peeves is like, this is an expensive habit.
Oh,
It's not a habit. It's a hobby.
Yeah.
And when the customer tells me that, that's an expensive fucking habit. Like, no, it's not a habit.
It all depends on what cigars you're buying.
No, well, not only that. I've been smoking cigars, for so many fucking years. I've yet to see a cigar smoker wake up in the morning, get out of bed, and light up a cigar. Cigarette smokers.
Yeah.
How many?
Mm-hmm.
Before they take a piss in the morning, before they brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I mean, seriously, how many cigarette smokers do that before they even do anything in the room, and their ashtrays full, but on the bedstand, all that.
Yeah.
Because it's an addiction. There's a difference.
Yeah.
When I was in Okinawa, we had like guys. So in Okinawa, you got a lot, or in Japan in general, you get a bunch of like typhoons and shit. Yeah. So that's like 5 days worth of like rain and like fucking like heavy winds. And when I was on duty, I had guys like, we pretty much lock ourselves down in the barracks, and that's where you stay because you don't want to fucking have a car flip over on you or some shit like that, or have like a fucking piece of the roof fly off and cut your head off. And there'd be people that were like, oh, dude, I need to go step outside to smoke a cigarette in a fucking typhoon. It's like, bro, like, what the
They can't even light it?
Yeah, like, dude, I need a cigarette, bro. I need to step outside for a cigarette. It's like, you do realize it's like a fucking tornado out there.
He comes back all soaking wet, missing fingers and shit.
God, I had to have that.
He walks back with missing fingers. He's like, you know what? One more. Hold on. I'll be right back.
I got 3 more. I got 3 more.
I can wedge it in between these two.
But seriously, we're all cigar smokers.
Yeah.
It's about maybe mid-afternoon, the time you first cigar?
Sure.
Yeah, it's not fucking, you're not going to wake up in the morning and have, make some eggs and fucking smoke on it.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's the entire fucking thing. I work at a cigar shop, and ask him, there's been weeks that I don't have cigars.
Yeah.
There's been weeks that I don't have a cigar.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. The only chemical in a cigar is nicotine.
Yeah.
Not 309 like in a fucking cigarette.
Sure.
And that's the whole fucking thing that people don't realize.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody always compares them to cigarettes and tries to put them in the same kind of grouping.
No. One cigar is like smoking a pack of cigarettes. Like,
No, not at all.
No.
Now, when you look at how much chemicals they put in one cigarette, like it's
So-
absurd.
Back in my day, it was like probably 10. No, I was still working at Cigar. So shit, 15 years ago. FDA wanted the fail-safe paper. So I don't know if you guys noticed because we're not cigarette smokers, but
Sure.
on the pack of cigarettes, you have the fail-safe cigarette, FSC. So what that is that, back in the 80s, when our parents grew up,
Yeah.
they burned the house down because the cigarette was keep
Yep.
on burning, they pass out.
Yep.
right?
Pass out and drop it on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
So now there's a metal ring.
On all that shag carpet and everything.
Yeah, exactly. So now there's a metal ring every so much in a cigarette to make it go out. So you're smoking metal, so it won't go up. Or so it will go out when you put it down.
Wow. I didn't know that, actually.
Holy shit.
I didn't know that.
Like the Tobacconist University, they break down cigarettes are more acidic, whereas cigars are ammonium based.
Yeah.
So that's why when you smoke a cigarette, you're able to inhale into your lungs, and you have way more receptors in your lungs. So that's why you get way more of a nicotine hit from like a cigarette than you would a cigar, because a cigar is ammonia based, so it's more bitter. So it's not like all like citrusy and acidic. So you can't really take it into your lungs, otherwise you're gonna start like coughing up a fucking lung.
Yeah.
So it's ammonium based, so it's bitter. So all your receptors in your mouth are what's getting that nicotine. It's not going into your lungs.
That
Damn.
makes a lot more fucking sense, actually. Yeah.
Thank
I
you for explaining that.
knew that cigarettes, what they did is they put in chemicals to make it smoother so that way you inhaled it.
And then on top of that, the chemicals they put in to make it more addictive. On top of
yeah.
that, because
Because they add a lot more nicotine
Isn't
into
there
them.
like cyanide in cigarettes?
Yeah, there's all kinds of shit in cigarettes. Actually.
asbestos ones.
Oh my
It's like an old advertisement.
Oh, and there's like, you can see the...
Smoke your asbestos cigarette. Oh no. Hey, that was a really good 50s commercial. You work on that in your room or what? Yeah.
in the mirror, right?
Yeah, in the mirror, right? That was pretty. We're gonna do we're gonna start having an intro, and it's gonna have a 50s commentator, and it's gonna be you. You could have a foot by foot in Scotland.
settle down, Johnny Carson. Settle down, Don
Seriously,
Rickles.
dude. That's hilarious. Goddamn, I'm trying to go through these that I haven't gone through yet. What about some memorable experiences or encounters that you've had at the cigar shop?
Oh, shit.
Good memories. Let's start with good memories.
I've been there like 3 fucking years, and I'm like, do you remember that one time?
So as far as for me, me being part of the Rumble family,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Keith's dad is the one that taught me how to smoke a pipe. Colonel Ralph Rumble, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
Great guy. He's the one that taught me how to smoke a pipe and cigars at the same time. Keith's mother, Sylvia, is the one that sold me my first humidor ever.
Really?
Yeah, and she taught me how to season it. To do all that. So not only working for them, that's why I feel like I'm part of the family.
Yeah.
I would never ever do anything bad.
Yeah.
Because they're part of this. I mean, this is why I'm here because of them.
We were talking about like beginning cigar smokers, right? And going into a cigar shop and how different it is to go into different cigar shops. You walk into some other ones in San Antonio and you kind of feel out of place. You know what I mean? At Club, when you go and you sit down and Keith's sitting in the corner and starts talking to you, dude, and you don't even realize who he is. Cause even before, like I really got into it, I had gone into Club to smoke before and, there were times that he was talking to me and I had no idea who the fuck he was at all. And then until I started getting close to you guys, started hanging out there more often. Right. And you were like, yeah, that's Keith Rumbo. He's the owner. I was like, who the what the fuck? Never would have guessed it because he's just so, like, they're just good people. And we just met his wife for the first time at the car show.
Right.
And she was awesome too, dude. She was fun. She was coming up with us, joking with us, laughing with us and stuff like that. Really nice. Like, it was crazy to see, like people at that height, because of their experience and what they've done in the cigar industry too. What Keith has done.
You want to talk about how we goofed her now?
Which one?
With the box?
Oh,
and she pointed it out.
Yeah, so we put the cigars we're giving away right in the boxes,
and
right?
She thought you were selling them. Yeah.
She thought we were selling them, but do you know why? It had a Finks sticker on it on the box.
and that's
whoa.
Yeah. I'm out of this shit.
Right?
I'm out.
Say the F word.
Yeah.
Bigot.
Oh God, that's good.
And the F word is face repair.
Yeah. Which one was it again? Which one was it
I
again?
don't even know which is a hard R anymore.
Yeah, no kidding, dude. Oh god.
No, but again, with the Rumbos,
Yeah, so nice.
What people don't realize is that they are fucking neck deep in the cigar industry. So Tiffany was
Balls deep.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
For lack of a better term.
I have a little bit of class, a little bit. But no. But seriously, is that Tiffany was the president of TA for 5 years.
That's
crazy.
crazy to me.
Yeah, and during her reign, she actually convinced Carlito Fuente to do a Opus X TAA.
Really?
First time in history, yes. First time in history.
I didn't even
They
know.
sold like a motherfucker. And it
bet.
was probably one of the best opus they produced in the last 20 years, in my opinion.
Really?
Keith was on the board of Davidoff USA.
That's crazy.
So these guys are actually in the tobacco business. It's not, Joe Schmo over here like, yeah, this is good.
I'm gonna open one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these guys are balls deep in the business.
Well, it was cool when. Go ahead.
And for Club Humidor being what we are, it's we're in the top 5% of tobacconists in the United States.
What?
Yes, I'm not supposed to say that, but yeah.
Wow! I can believe that.
That's
out,
why
man.
I'm never moving.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I have to travel down here just to go to club. That's crazy.
I haven't been able to prove it as a fact, but I've been told by reps that we're a higher end Davidoff store than the one in New York.
Wow.
Damn. Honestly, I could believe that because
Yeah.
you know how Davidoff of Geneva, they have one in Vegas.
Yeah.
Doesn't have really anything.
Mm-mm.
It's literally like their humidor's the size of this room, and they have stuff I can get at clubs. So I was like,
Yeah. Literally
God
everything.
damn it, I remember my first time. Shit.
Nah,
Oops.
Hey. Yeah, I know. I do it. I do it at Josh Shop all the
Whoops.
time. You can do it here.
Whoops.
I'm known for dropping
No,
my ash on.
I'm not worried about my shorts in the floor.
Yeah, when you ash, make sure you just smear it.
Smear it into the into the grooves.
Oh, shit, whoops.
Yeah, my bad. Speaking to how much the Rumbos are involved in the cigar industry, when Boofy had the 25th anniversary, and inside of the band he had the CC. She's cool.
Yeah, she's
You
cool.
know, right?
She cool.
She cool. Nini, she cool.
Yeah, Nini,
Yeah,
she
you know
cool.
what I mean? Like that was super cool. And that just goes to show like what kind of people the Rumbos are. And how much that they have for the cigar industry and how close they are to the people in the cigar industry,
Oh, yeah.
which is super, super fucking cool. So Joe, what are some hobbies besides cigars that you do outside of work?
Masturbate.
Jerk off.
Yeah.
Drink.
Masturbate, drink, rub myself in Vaseline. That's about it.
Slide on my own floor. Yeah. In Vasiline's Joe by himself in his kitchen.
right?
Oh shit. No, that's bullshit because I know you smoke some fucking meat though. I see those fucking tomahawks that you put on Instagram all the time and dude, man. Jealous. Oh
my
man,
God.
now we're gonna bleep that out. I'm gonna bleep that shit out for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna blur out this whole fucking guy over here. If you could have a cigar and a conversation with any historical figure or celebrity, who would it be and why? One cigar. Fuck.
Damn. I'm just,
Another bleep.
I would love to have a cigar, one of my cigars, one of my blends with Tommy Lee Jones, and prove to him that it's not the fucking name.
Or the size.
Yeah. Or the size, because Tommy Lee Jones is one of our customers.
Yeah.
He loves the Davidoff Double R, which is double Corona. And according to his chef, he only smokes half of it, throws it away. And I would love for him to just try something new instead of just the brand name.
Yeah.
But
damn.
I have a little.
All right, Tommy Lee Jones, come on. One fucking cigar, dude. Come
Bro,
on.
he only smokes like half and
Yeah,
I mean, when you got that much money,
it's a
right?
7-inch cigar. He smokes 3 inches and throws it away.
What?
buy a smaller cigar.
No,
Right?
and I've told him that. I've told the chef that, and yet
Yeah.
he still decides to buy the full length model.
It's crazy.
Yeah, right? Yeah. don't
I
give
feel
a
like
shit.
at that point when people are that rich, they get to the point where it's like, I don't care. It's that, like you said, it's Davidoff. I'll smoke Davidoff.
Right.
Yeah. What are besides your cigars and besides Room 101? what are your go-to cigars? If you're like really, you haven't had a cigar in a while, you're like, man, I really need to smoke something.
Sampra and Lensutora.
Yeah?
Sampra and Lensutora.
The Lensutoros are really good. Sampra is fucking really good too, though.
That's the first company in many, many years that's blown my mind.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own cigar, and I still prefer them over mine.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
Sampra makes
that's
some.
how badass they are.
Sampra makes some damn good fucking cigars, which blows my mind. The one that always blows my mind too is Placencia.
Oh yeah.
Placencia makes some really good fucking cigars.
The new, well, not new. We're sold out, but the Placencia Etafal, the one that was $65 a piece.
Yep. That's the one that he smoked actually last time he was here.
That cigar was a fucking beast.
That's what fucking Zack smoked last time. Yeah.
That was a bad.
Damn, I wish I would have bought one.
Yeah, that's the kind of cigar that I wish I had the knowledge to blend something like that.
Yeah.
That fucker was badass.
Badass. Even their new TAAs.
Yeah, even the UTAs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fucking
fuck yeah,
crazy.
Are those still available? Are you still able to get those?
Yeah, we still have a couple here.
Yeah. What is a cigar that maybe you smoked back in the day that you wish, man, they would come out with another one and fucking make some more? Or try to make some more. You probably can't make a fucking good cigar like that.
No. So
the creamy cigar?
Oh,
The milky cigar?
Oh, some milky
Oh, some milky notes in there.
Oh, I got some milk for you.
Oh, no.
There's two cigars that are in my top 1 to 2 at the time. I mean, of course, I'm talking about two cigars, so I can't say, which is number one.
Sure.
But one of the best cigars I had in my life was the Davidoff Dom Perignon Cuban.
Really?
A Cuban Davidoff. And it's a Churchill size. And I smoked it on New Year's Eve 2002, but it was from 1980.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
And it held up that long?
That cigar was fucking phenomenal.
Really?
Now, secondly, the other cigar that I had that blew me away was the Opus
I was like, Joe, wait, not blew you, not blew you, Joe.
No, it was actually the Opus X A, which is a 9x50, right?
Yeah.
But it was the Phantom. So the Opus X Phantom was a Maduro Opus X with cedar sleeving and red and black ribbon foot. That is my number 2
That's
cigar that I'll
badass.
never ever forget. Of course, it's a $200 cigar.
Damn.
But those cigars are stupid.
And you can't probably fucking find any more now. Or if you do, they're going to be $600 instead of $2.
No. Right now, the Dom Perignon around that age range is about $1,000 a stick.
Damn. But
I've also smoked the Sammy Sosa Bat,
okay.
which is another rarity from.
Yeah.
It was good, but
Yeah.
But,
Now, but cigars can get tired after a while, right? Like, how does that work out? Like, that's something I don't fucking understand.
So in my personal opinion, all the years I've been smoking, stronger cigars age better. Lighter cigars get tired in a heartbeat. 6 months later, like, man, it tastes like carbon.
Yeah.
So, perfect example, a Drew Estate Under Crown 10.
Yeah.
Put that away for 10 years. That's going to be fucking delicious.
Yeah.
The 20 Acre Farm, put that away for 20 years.
Yeah. Which is crazy to me because the 25th anniversary that Boofy did was a lighter cigar. But I had one the other night because I've been aging them in there. Fucking great. But that's good also too because it's a lighter shade, but it still has it's had a lot of flavor in there. It's had a lot of flavor in there.
To me, that's a more of a medium Connecticut, which is very, very,
I can see
very
that.
rare.
I could see that. Yeah.
You have to blend it to that certain extent to be that good.
I don't know if we can say this on here. But what cigar do you stay away from? What cigar are you like?
Or cigar brands also.
Yeah, cigar brand.
If you can. If you can,
don't fucking worry about it. Something it's obviously something.
I was talking to Alex today. And Alex, he was a employee with Club Humidor back in the day, probably like 4 years ago. And I was like, yeah, I had this Gurkha Ghost. It's pretty good. And he's like, I was like, oh, I'll grab another one. He's like, no, you won't. And I never did again. And then today he brought it up. And I was like, yeah, dude, ever since then, like, I never fucking bought another Gurkha. And then one of our customers, Jackie, she came in. She's like, oh, yeah, you sold me a Gurkha. Like, immediately afterward. I was like,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, that wasn't me.
Yeah, it was the other Zack.
Yeah, I was like, but have you tried Crux? Yeah.
Hey, Crux is pretty good.
Oh yeah,
I had never really smoked a Crux before, and it's not bad actually. They're pretty good.
dude. The new Habano's badass.
Really?
The new Habano's badass.
You okay? You okay, buddy?
I had a cigar.
It's in your pocket, dickhead.
I was like,
Whoa! All right, stop.
yeah,
Stop.
time to cut him off.
Nurse,
Cut him off.
nurse,
Get him out of here.
nurse. Yeah,
Don't
get him
use
out of here.
coat.
That was hilarious.
No, going back to your question, yes, it is Gurkha, and it's only because it's personal.
Got
we,
you.
we were down there in Nicaragua one year blending my cigars, and he offended. I don't want to go through the story.
Yeah.
But Casad, the owner, offended us, threw our cigars around like it was trash, and basically told us to, if you want a real factory, use mine.
Wow.
Ever since then, I was like,
That
Yeah.
sucks.
yeah.
That does.
But then what's funny, he did it to himself because after the whole Black Lives Matters things, he did his own post and ruined his own life, and now that's why he's not the
Oh,
president
that's
of, yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some shit you just don't touch, man. Some shit you just don't get into.
Yep.
You struggling
Politics
over
and
here, buddy?
religion.
God damn,
Struggling
bro.
over here? God Almighty! You didn't smell it. You didn't smell it through the gold,
So what's going on? How's the smoke? I mean, how's my cigar?
dude.
It's
This is
fucking good.
really
Seriously,
fucking
seriously,
good.
tell me,
No,
tell me.
100%. It's
Yeah.
good. You can
Really,
ask
really
Zach.
good.
Most of the time when he watches, I don't finish cigars this
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
I
that's
know,
true.
and that's why he got the Lonsdale because because we talked about it.
Shit, how does it?
Yeah, they're not gonna finish.
No. If I got the Toro, you smoke an inch and put it down. Like, all right, dickhead.
That is
How,
God
does he,
done.
how do they fucking know?
Yeah, right. That's how
Yeah,
you.
that shit like
Oh shit!
No, but I
wider
hope,
than it is long. At this
no,
point.
but I'm hoping with the Sumatra wrapper, you get the cinnamon sweetness.
Dude, you do get a sweetness to it. You definitely do get a sweetness to it. And I thought it was because we were drinking the Centauri. But now that you say it, though, like I get that fucking sweetness off of it for sure.
It's good. I'm
This
glad
is
we're
really-
getting
I'm
how
glad-
many we're getting.
I'm glad we're getting the amount that we're getting.
Little butthole.
Oh, that's cute.
Looks like yours.
That's cute.
It's not descended like
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a really good cigar, and they're going to be available. This drops the week after July 4th. So
No, he's saying the podcast does.
yeah, the podcast drops
Okay.
the week after.
Yeah.
Yeah. This drops the week after July 4th, so hopefully it's still available. Hopefully it's still available.
in the Lonsdale Sumatra, we got 50 boxes.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
only 50 boxes, 20.
Wow.
And then the Toro, which in my opinion is the better one of the bunch, but I want you guys to try this because to me the Lonsdale is still the better one.
Dude, the
But
size.
yeah,
The size.
the
I love this
yeah,
size so
you
much.
taste more wrapper.
Mm.
You taste more of the wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
But we got 50 boxes of Lonsdales and 75 boxes of Toros in both blends.
That's badass.
I'm glad we're getting
Talking about sizes, right? Real quick.
Go
Sorry, I
ahead.
didn't mean to
Yeah,
cut
you're
you
good.
off.
You're good.
Talking-
Whoa.
Okay, it's a
The motion of the ocean.
yeah. Is that what they tell you?
No, it's not the motion of the ocean's ability to stay in port till all passengers are off.
That's right. It's small, but it's fierce.
Like a chihuahua.
Okay, Chihuahua. What's the best size to get the most flavor out of your cigar?
Lanceros.
Lanceros?
Lanceros. To
Oh.
me personally, I love Lanceros.
Yeah.
To me, that's to try any cigar in any form. I mean, no matter what brand it is, if they can make a Lancero, that's the best one. Now, most manufacturers, being a blender that I learned from Plasencia, is that everybody makes a Toro, and then from there they make the sizes.
Mm.
But most manufacturers, blend a cigar to a Toro, 6x50, 72 Toro, and then from there they make all the sizes, Petit Coronas to 6x60s, but they don't tweak the blend to the size.
Gotcha.
Now that I know of, Pete Johnson does it, I do it, there's a few manufacturers that do it, but they blend to their own size. And that's a big, big factor on making a good cigar.
So when you say to the size, you mean like actually taking in tobacco or putting less tobacco in, maybe more binder, more wrapper, like that?
Yes.
Got you.
Yes.
And you said Tatawahe does it, Davidoff does it.
I do it.
Yeah.
I don't know many more that do, but
Sure.
But we if they're smart, they would do it.
That makes sense. Yeah. Keep the full flavor.
Actually, Boofy does it. Boofy does it. That's why that 7x70 Sun-Grown,
Yeah.
that's why it's so good. You know, because he blended
that
it
makes
to the
sense. Yeah.
size. You know, it's
That makes sense.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And that's part of the things that I tell people too, is like, you have to be careful what cigars you get, because some manufacturers, I'm surprised like, not shitting on Davidoff or anything, but I'm surprised Davidoff hasn't gotten that big where they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because you see a Davidoff and you're like, oh, like, it's got to be good. You know they're going to sell anyways, right? And I feel like when I'm not going to say any cigar manufacturers that do it, maybe one starting with a P, where they start pressing out all these cigars that are just not as good as it maybe used to be. You know what I mean? Because you just get so big. And that's why, like, Boofy, man, I give him so much fucking credit, because he hasn't lost that. He hasn't lost that. And when you go and you sit down and you talk to him and stuff like that, he's so fucking passionate about it, dude.
And what I love about Boofy is that even if he's sold out, you know, he's sold out, you know, somebody bought him out, and yet he's still in charge. And
yeah.
He did not want to let that go to make his cigars
Yeah.
the way he wants to make his cigars.
Yep. And and they're still pushing out really good fucking cigars.
Yep, like this recent blend, not gonna lie, changed my mind completely.
Yeah. Dude, he was smoking the Daruma, dude, and I kept looking at him. I was like, how is he? He's like, dude, fucking good. Really, really fucking good.
Fucking the room was a bitch.
It's so fucking good, dude. So good. And I'm so happy that I got as many as I did, because now I can...
All I got is a
sit on
box.
them. I think that's all I got, too. But it's only me smoking. I don't got to worry about it.
Yeah,
You got
I
to
know.
worry about Cassie getting
No, I gotta
yours,
worry
too.
about my dad too.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Come on, son.
I'll try.
Yeah.
Give your old pops a smoke.
Yeah, he's like, no, I got this Gurkha, Dad. He can smoke this.
No, he's now well versed where I can't trick him anymore. Like, oh no, Dad, this one's pretty solid. Now he's like, what about that Davidoff right there? What about that Padron? I'm like,
No, you don't want that,
That's
Dad.
a pretty opus you got there.
Yeah.
yep. He just had the Angel Share the other day, and I have like 5 left, and he's like, when are you gonna let me grab a nut? I'm like, hey, relax.
Angel
relax.
Share in their Opus, dude. I like that one.
Angel's
Do you really?
hair.
Angel Share,
I'm
I like.
surprised you do, man.
I like the Angel Share.
I did too. I had one in
The
Vegas.
one I
and it
did
was
not
good.
like, and I tell people this all the time, the 20th anniversary. And I was looking forward to
That's
that
the one
one.
in the blue, right?
That's the one in the blue.
Yeah, it's a hard
And I was looking forward to it so much, man.
All right,
Sat down, went, cut, light it. and I
hot
was
take:
like,
rare pink. Don't like him.
oh yeah, he told me he doesn't like the rare pink.
Have you had the sophisticated hooker?
One or two. I mean, no, I have not.
the
I have not had that one. I've not had that one. I have not had. No, I haven't.
Evan's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And the larger size.
The rare pink in that other one. The one we went looking for. Forbidden.
Oh, the Forbidden X.
Now I used to be a big Fuente fucking fan. I mean,
Yeah.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Or, if you will.
Yeah, a whore. Yeah, I do. No, seriously. I was the kind of guy like, you're not smoking Fuente. You ain't smoking shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that
You
one.
know, you know,
I've heard that one once or twice.
For the heat.
They're not what they used to be. You know, I'm not trying to be a douchebag.
Yeah, no, of course.
And I'm gonna stop here, but to me, they're not what they used to be.
Dude, like, real, like, I've had quite a few añejos, but there was one of my buddies had from, like, 2002. Holy fuck. That thing's, like, 20 years old. Fucking still, like, full-bodied, like, plus. Like, I was smoking at the end of my shift, and I sat down, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, there was so much flavor, and, like, the strength was, like, overwhelming.
Where you don't
and
wanna-
I fucking smoke cigars, like, every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like, I hardly ever get, like, a nicotine buzz or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck, dude, like, this thing is fucking strong. And, yeah, that was from 2002.
Damn.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, I was just really, really looking forward to that fucking 20th, dude. And I lit it, and I was like, oh, damn. Still not the worst cigar I've ever had. That's not the worst.
But it's up there though, and that
sucks.
And that is what's insane, crazy. That's disappointing is that it's top quality brand X. I'm gonna say it, but
Yeah.
and then you're disappointed. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that's what sucks about it, but oh well. What's next in line for 113? What are you thinking about? Anything else? Cooking up anything else? Trying to push anything else?
The next thing we're gonna do is another Boofy and me collaboration.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. Do we know kind of what it's going to be called, or?
We're on step one. Like, hey, you want to do it? They go, we'll do it. That's it. But bottom line, that's it. The catch is that of all the years I've been to Nicaragua, I have so many blends in the books that I can send Boofy a blend, and then he'll make it, the one I wanted, and then he'll tweak it his way or the master blender's way, and then now we'll get 3 cigars, and then we decide which one we want to release.
That's cool. That's cool though. That for somebody who loves cigars, you'd being able to hopefully one day be able to see that side of the cigar industry is super fucking cool.
But like this guy right here is 100% my fucking blend. I mean, Gonzalo, the factory manager, didn't tweak it. He's like, man, this is a good fucking blend. Yeah, you did a good job. That's what it's about. So there's certain like the 60113, with Eric Espinosa, he tweaked it, and I liked his tweak a little better than mine. And that's
gotcha.
why we
Yeah.
So it's not really 100% my fucking blend.
Sure.
But, it's still.
It's your blend. It's your blend. It's just a tweak to it. And whatever, dude. That still makes sure it's yours. What are you thinking? I like it.
It's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Really fucking good. I really, I'm not just saying that because you're here, but it's a really fucking good cigar. I like it a lot.
Not just saying it because it's here.
Yeah. Super excited. Yeah. I'm super excited to try the CHF. How were the CHF and this one different?
2 different animals. So the CHF is all Nicaraguan, triple ligero.
Okay.
Yeah, which blows. When you tell people that, like, oh, well, I want to try it. Strong. But now this guy, the 113, it's a double ligero with a Sumatra wrapper. So the Sumatra balances out the double ligeros in there. It's not as strong as you would think.
So this is double ligero.
Yes.
Next one's triple ligero.
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean for people that don't know?
So ligero is the strongest leaf of any tobacco plant. And when you put that in a cigar, that's going to be the spice, the flavor, the pepper, all kind of thing. But yet, if you use a certain binder, if you use a right binder and a right wrapper, it's going to balance everything out.
Gotcha.
So the CHF, so the history behind the CHF is that Avo made a cigar for Keith for the 50th anniversary. And it was called a CH15. And it was boring. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
And then Keith asked me, hey man, can you make a cigar for us for the anniversary? Like, yeah. So it's called a CHF for Club Humidor Fuerte.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I made a strong cigar for Club Humidor. And I wrote on a sticky note. I gave it to the rep. The rep's like, man, are you serious? Like, yeah. Give that to Gonzalo at the time, which I didn't know. And he's, let's make the cigar. And then Gonzalo gets the post-it. He's like, man, this guy knows what he's doing. What the, are you kidding me? This, 3 ligeros from Jalapa, Condega, and Esteli. Like, yeah, do it. They made a bundle for us. Keith smoked it. He's like, man, this is strong. This is good. And, everybody else, our customer base, I gave it to them. And like, oh my God, this is fucking awesome. And that's where the CHF.
That's badass. What's your most prized cigar you have right now? One you're like, God damn, like this is some good shit, but I don't want to smoke it.
You give me most of them.
Yeah, right. I can only imagine your fucking cigar collection at home.
It would actually be the Pyro.
Oh, you have one?
I got like 5 left.
Oh,
I mean, he's only got. He's got 2.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. My bad. That's crazy.
Yeah, to me, the Pyro. But what's crazy about the Pyro? It's one of my mildest blends. It's more of a medium than anything else, but the flavor is fucking phenomenal. Every time I smoke a Pyro, it's like drinking a cup of chocolate milk.
Really?
Damn.
Huh.
Sounds good.
That sounds really fucking good, actually.
I like milk.
I like milk.
I love your face.
Can I get a milky cigar, please?
What is the best thing to drink with your cigars?
Again, that's personal preference. That's not me. Personally, Scotch, whiskey, Japanese, Suntory.
Yeah, Suntory. A little bit. I like it a little bit. That's fucking awesome, dude. I appreciate you coming on, Joe. I really, really do.
I'm here, man. I'm here.
Dude.
He's here to come on you, bro.
No. We said it wasn't that kind of podcast.
Forget.
We'll go
after party.
back to you and Boofy. How did that whole thing start? How did
Joe,
y'all
you want another
start?
cigar?
What you got?
Uh-oh.
No,
Let's see
so me and Boofy, man, it's crazy. It's
Pull some gay shit out.
it's
Rude blue TA.
for me personally, Boofy back in the day, I saw him as trying to be another what's his name? What's his name?
Pete Johnson.
Try to be another Pete Johnson tattoos and all this and that. Yeah. I can touch my nose. I'm good. No, I saw him as another, trying to be Pete Johnson.
Yeah.
At that time, I loved him to death.
Yeah.
And then his cigars have just grown so much and been so much better. Or not better, but just good.
Yeah.
That's where, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
Does it matter the size?
Well,
Size never matters.
Yeah. We went over this already, Javi. Size doesn't matter, damn it.
Emotion is emotion, and people coming.
Hey, if it's not a
Yeah.
buy on that 9x90, I don't want it.
Yeah. If it's not an April Fool's.
All right, Joe, what do you hate when someone... What are your pet peeves from, let's say, someone goes in the humidor and they're just doing stupid shit, but what's the stupid shit?
Oh, there's really not too much.
Yeah, no, nothing at all. I like smelling cigars, running under the nose, sniffing tubes, sniffing fucking tins.
Sniffing tubes?
Sniffing tins?
Really?
What are they getting from...
Oh, yeah. You want a vanilla cigar? Yeah, I got the menus right here. Oh, vanilla? Like, yeah. Yeah.
What?
It's like,
Crackling the
fucking-
cellophane.
Yeah.
Oh, it's dry.
Yeah.
Really? Crackling the cellophane and saying it's dry.
Yep.
Real quick, though, this is the first time in Two Guys Rambling history that we've gone onto a second cigar.
Yeah.
We've never done that. Yeah. Never have we ever fucking done that. That's great. Crackling the cellophane and saying it's too dry.
Oh, that's dry.
Yeah, that sounds real crisp. That sounds real crisp.
No, and I'll never forget the first thing that happened to me was with the Torre, which is like my baby. I love those guys. And they're like, oh, this is dry. And he throws it, fucking face up
What
the
the
wrong way.
fuck?
Look like a Family Guy.
Look like Peter falling off a bike or something. That's fucking. What's your favorite movie, Joe? Favorite movie? Like you can sit down, you can watch your shit over.
Anal Acrobats.
Yeah, it can be have the hills have thighs or anything like that.
Titties and ass forward.
Yeah, can't be that.
My favorite fucking movie in the world,
Yeah,
Heat.
Heat, really?
Oh, it's the best fucking movie.
Yeah?
The gunfight, the fucking best, bro.
Exactly. That's why.
It almost makes you want to rob a bank. With full auto.
Are we gonna rob a bank after this?
And what I love about that scene is that no cars blow up. It's not like,
yeah.
and then the cars, no, it's fucking real.
But in
It
Grand
is
Theft Auto, they always blow up when you hit him in the gas tank.
Aiming for that fucking gas tank's a bitch, though. I hate it.
After that, Braveheart.
Braveheart?
Yep.
Yeah,
Love
Braveheart's
that
good.
fucking movie.
It's
You know what?
solid.
You know what fucking movies I like to watch all the time? Death Wish. You remember Death Wish? With Charles Bronson? You ever seen that shit?
Fuck, dude.
Old fucking
What, dude,
movies.
dude, with the Wiley?
Yeah.
With the fucking Wiley?
Yeah, dude.
I'm more of a Casablanca type guy.
Yeah, oh no. Yeah, you're the kind of guy that says, "Oh, can we go to the cinema?" Yeah.
Apparently, I
Yeah.
say theater wrong.
How do you say
Jasmine
it?
always gives me shit.
What do you
Theater.
Theater?
She saw.
Yeah,
you
that
said
was
it.
wrong.
No, she said you said it too.
That I said theater?
Yeah.
I say theater? What the fuck are we talking
How
about
do you
right
fucking
now?
pronounce it?
Theater?
Theater.
Whoa,
Yeah.
cut.
Theater? Am I saying it? Theater?
Yeah, theater.
No, you're saying theater.
Yeah, theater.
theater?
Like the
Theater.
ate her.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
That's exactly what it
theater.
sounds like. What are you thinking about? Yeah.
Hey, testes 1 2, testes 1
So it's
2.
theater.
What the fuck's going on, man?
God damn.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh, what is this guy talking about right now?
Hey, cut him off.
Cut him off. Time
Cut
to
him off.
go.
Get him
Man.
out of here. Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Fucking.
What's the largest amount you've ever seen somebody buy of like a cigar?
If you can disclose that.
Not necessarily dollar amount, but like If we can't talk about it, we can't talk about it. That's
It
fine
would
too.
honestly be tied between Tommy Lee Jones and my good buddy in Mexico City, Solid Firm.
Dude, we got to meet him. We got to meet him, dude, and he showed us his cigar collection. Fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like his cigar room, not even like a cigar room anymore. Honestly, dude, they should go into there and they probably could make a fucking library out of it.
So Solid Firm is the kind of guy, like I asked him, he's a big Saka fan. Right?
Okay.
He loves Steve
Saka.
He loves the Mi Querida.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, bro, we took out a new batch, and I showed him everything we got in. And he was the kind of guy that I sent him a picture of the shit, right? And he's like, hey, bro, they're like, my Steve Saka shit is like over there in the corner, right? And he's got to like dig and crawl.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you know what? Just send me all those 10 boxes. I'll rather buy them than walk over there and get through the shit.
Dude, imagine having that much money. We were like, I'm not gonna walk over there.
I'm not gonna walk over there and pick up that box in my house.
He's got mules and shit. Across the border.
Right?
You like walk into there, dude, and it's like you have to like excavate your way into the fucking cigars, dude. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. But he was super cool, dude.
Yeah, so down to earth.
He was really down to earth, and he was. Most people don't like showing off their cigars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And what's crazy about him, he's in the top 5 eye surgeons in the world.
Holy
in the world.
shit.
He gets hired for Europe, Africa. I was going to shoot.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I know who I'm going to.
How many sticky piggies have you got?
The first batch, 18.
Wow.
Second batch?
10.
Damn.
They're like, stack it until like it's taller than so and so. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's super cool. What? I mean, fuck. I don't even know. What else you got?
Right now, we're at the point where we're just rambling.
Yeah, literally.
You got your script. I mean, what the fuck, man?
We went through all my questions.
It's time to just ramble, dude. Like,
You
just
got Joe here and that's all he wrote.
All I wrote.
we got
right.
all that knowledge right there.
Hey, this is Joe's
Hey,
new
guys,
manager.
all the shit two guys rambling, they ain't worth the fuck. I mean,
Hey, relax.
I mean, come on. I'm waiting all these questions. I mean, come on.
Hey, that's the same thing. That's the same thing they think too. Every time they watch us, they're like, "These guys ain't worth the fuck." They think the same shit.
It's literally just one of our friends just replaying the video. That's our views.
Yeah. It's me. I keep rewatching them in here by myself.
Right?
That's all I do.
No, at this point, Zack, take your pants off. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, we got to do something now, right? No, dude, I'm super excited to see what you and Boofy come up with again, though, because that shit. I mean, the last one, like I said, that was my, and you know what? There's a personal connection for me there because that was my first event. You know what I mean? So, but to see what you guys do again, like I said, the fucking guy's awesome, and you are fucking awome too. So, to see what you guys come up with.
What's insane, I've got easy on my fucking laptop. I've got like 10 different blends that I've blended and I haven't released them yet.
Damn.
Dude, that's super cool, though.
Yeah, 10 blends and 10 gigabytes room. God knows what.
Yeah.
Bro, 10 gigabytes ain't nothing nowadays.
Yeah, no, it's fucking.
We got terabytes,
We got-
gigabytes.
Yoda bites.
You're out here putting
That's like
floppy disk and
Oh,
stuff.
is that beyond? One time I had this guy come in, and he was like, the guy was like, yeah, I need a computer with at least one Taliban.
At least one Taliban.
Yeah, and yeah, we were like, I was like, and then the guy Tom was who was helping him, and he was like, "I'm sorry, sir," and he goes, "Yeah, I need one with one Taliban," and I'm like looking down at a computer, and my face is staring forward because I can't look at this fucking guy, 'cause I'm laughing already. And the guy, and dude, they go back and forth like 2 or 3 more times, right? And the guy's like, "One Taliban, I want one Taliban on the computer." And I turned to look at Tom, I was like, "Tom, 1 terabyte is what he's trying to say. 1 terabyte, dude. Help this guy get a computer, please, so he can Google what Taliban means." This guy's stuck in fucking
He's Googling, how do I
2000.
get a Taliban?
yeah, dude, fucking terrible. What's the
Okay, then bring it.
all these guys talk about like cedar spills to like light your cigar and like,
Yeah.
I mean, like what, like does it actually fucking do anything or?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. If you use a cedar spill to light your cigar, it does taste different. In my opinion, like this much. It's
Compared to
Yeah.
So now a torch lighter, like what I'm using tonight,
Yeah.
forgive me. It does char the tobacco more, And then you got the soft names like the boss of this douchebag guy. Douchebag cigar. They all three systems does make the cigar taster, but it's still just enjoyable.
Yeah. As long as you're not doing it with a fucking Bic lighter or something, right?
No. The worst way to light a cigar is a candle. And I've had people tell me, like, hey,
candle?
I used a candle, a couple of candles. My cigar tastes like shit. Like,
It was Yankee. I spent like $46 on it.
Yeah.
I'm like
pumpkin spice?
Triple flame Yankee.
A candle?
Tastes like Fuji.
Fuji apple.
That's crazy.
Dude.
What's a cigar that people can go into Club Humidor today and buy besides yours and besides Room 101, because we know those are fucking outstanding already, and probably besides Sanparai and Davidoff
and Placencia.
What's a cigar they can go into today? Go in there and get.
Oh shit, yo, you named them all.
and like you're like, you know what, this is gonna be some good shit.
Lucion.
Oh, Lucione?
Cruzado.
The Cruzado?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I've had it.
The Cruzado's pretty
I
good.
agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a really good fucking cigar. And everybody always thinks like when they first get into cigars that they're going to spend a ton of money, like buying a lighter and a cutter. And what do you think is important to look at when you first getting those fucking accessories? What do you think that you need to fucking pay attention to? Just butane and.
So what kills me is first off is the cutter. The first thing is the fucking cutter, because the first thing I do is overcut the cigar. They're going to cut right here.
Yeah.
And in a route. And of course, people that buy cigar cutters that don't have the backing, first thing I tell them is like, hey, put it on the desk and then cut it that way.
That's cool.
Oh my god, I never knew that. Yeah, because it's going to unravel.
Yeah.
You got the guys that if you need your hip to cut a cigar, if you're doing this,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah.
There is a problem.
Use their hip to cut a cigar?
Oh yeah.
What?
All the time,
We actually had a kid today, just turned 21 yesterday. I was helping him and his dad, and this goes back to like first like cigar and all that. And he pulled out I think he bought like 3 different cigars, and it's like La Instructora, I think a Room 101, and I think the last one was like a Crux or something like that. And I was talking to him for like 15, 20 minutes, just trying to make sure they got I gave him like a vast amount of like knowledge about like the cigar, and like I broke down like filler, binder, wrapper, all that stuff, and cutter and lighter was the last thing they bought. Well, besides the Boveda pack, because that's another important thing. Yep. Humidification, which I didn't know until probably after I started working at Club Humidor, about like humidification. That's one thing that you always gotta like instill in the customer and like let them know is like your cigars they're after I would say 5 days to a week, you're gonna notice a difference. Especially if you like store your cigars in a car, which is not really recommended. Keep them room temperature, but humidification is always a big factor. But like I got him a cutter with a backing. I showed him like it's going to work very well for most cigars unless you have like a torpedo, then you're going to have to cut a few times. Luckily the cigar he got was like a Bellicoso, so it's a little bit more rounded, so it wasn't straight up torpedo. So that, and then the lighter. But like all those are like the 3 main things is humidification, good cutter, and learning where to cut. I showed him where the cap was. You don't want to cut below this line, otherwise it's going to start to unravel on you. Lighting methods. We do like complementary matches, so light it with a fucking match, which I did for a very long time, especially working at HEB. I'd have a box of matches in the break room, which I'd bust out. Burn off the sulfur. Even on like the windiest days, I'd like find a little nook and I'd fucking light up with like 2 or 3 matches and like fucking light that sucker up. Butane torch, just anything to light the cigar, and yeah, like that's all you need.
So what about like the the 70-70 rule? Like, should you take that as fucking gold? Like, is that like what And why even 70/70? Like, who the fuck came up with 70/70? Like, why is that a thing?
So after the embargo, 70/70 was the rule of thumb for all cigars outside of Cuba. Now, in my personal experience, all Cuban cigars smoke best 62 to 65%.
Mm.
A lot of people don't know that because everybody's with the 70/70.
Yeah.
Like my humidors at home, they're all probably, I got Boveda bags at about 72%.
72%?
Yeah, that's what I got.
But they're all crunchy and shit.
Yeah.
No.
You light it and it just engulfs.
Right?
Yeah, but I don't have any Cubans at the house because again, Cubans.
They're good, but it's not like that's my thing about Cubans is that like you can get a decent Cuban, but there's so many more things that you can get in the United States
At the same price.
At the same,
if not cheaper.
Cheaper now.
Cheaper.
Now way cheaper.
Yeah, way cheaper.
Because like one of my favorite cigars, dude, the Big Payback, and it's a fucking $9, $10 cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. Is like you don't have to go in there and buy a $40 cigar.
In your experience, what's your favorite Cuban?
My favorite Cuban.
Mine is the Monte Cristo number 2.
It's
Yeah.
experiences,
All right.
Yeah.
No, I'm being straight.
Yeah,
like
probably the Monte Cristo that
Number
we had.
2?
Mhm,
Yep.
Probably Monte Cristo number 2 because we have the Monte Cristo, the H. Upmans.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's it was the it wasn't the full size one. It was the little brother of that one. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, probably because we've had the H. Upman,
petite-
right? The H.
Number
Upman, the
1.5.
Cohibas.
Open
Number,
Eagle?
what the hell did you call me?
Open Eagle.
Yeah.
Number 2.
I'll show you.
Oh,
I have a
thought
picture
you're
of
calling
the
me names over
box.
here.
It's the petite number 2.
Yes.
Yeah, the really tiny one.
Yep.
That was freaking good. But seeing the price of them now, I ain't gonna buy that.
It's stupid.
And then their quality control has
Stupid.
gone to shit. So
No.
Yeah. You're telling me them
You
having to
don't
push
say.
them out? Push them out like no tomorrow?
Aficionado when they do like, Rocky Patel has number 2 cigar of the year. Number 1's like a fucking Cuban. It doesn't say the.
the age
What
or
did you say? Like, so it says like origin, and it says the blender. So it's like Rocky Patel, like Nicaragua or Honduras or some shit like that. Cuba just says blender, Cuba, and origin Cuba. So it doesn't give credit to the person who actually blended it. It just gives credit to
Cuba.
the country,
Yeah.
which is fucking communist. So go figure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of that, like the Cuban aspect, is like it's a taste that you won't get in the U.S. unless you go travel outside the country. Same with like the CAO, like Amazon Basin, has a very unique taste.
Yeah,
and that's
very.
what people are chasing is that taste that you can't acquire like in the U.S. And it's always like you want what you can't have. Like, so that's another aspect to it is like you want that Cuban taste, you want that Cuban tobacco because you know you can't have it.
Yeah.
I've had like plenty of like Joe, or like I get like Cuban cigars from, mostly they're given to me as gifts and all that, and I smoke it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Like it's a different taste, and that's what I'm looking for is different tastes. Like I'm tired of the same old bullshit. So that Cuban taste is something different that I don't get every day, and I do find a lot of time with Cuban tobacco. There's lots of shit like Joe says, like, oh, you better let that like dry out some because it's not going to burn right. It's too tight. It's too overhumidified. There's a bunch of different factors that with the quality control with like New World cigars, it's more consistent. With Cuban cigar, it's like, oh, that cigar is too fucking tight.
Yeah.
That cigar is like, I don't know, just a variety of things. Like I had like a Romeo and Julieta Cuban cigar, and when I was smoking it, when I take a draw, it sounded like I was like burning paper. It's like
the crackling, right?
yeah, I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is that? Like I've never heard that in a fucking cigar, and I smoked like thousands of cigars. Like what the fuck was even that?
Yeah.
It's just the beetle eggs.
Yeah, the Beatles bursting. But it's like shit like that. It's like never fucking heard that in a cigar. Like when I was drawing,
Yeah.
I've never tasted that. It's just stuff like that.
That's my thing about Cubans, that there's so much more in the U.S. that you can get without having to go through the hassle and all the other shit you have to go through, that you can smoke here, like this fucking 113. That's better than any fucking Cuban I've ever had. You know what I mean? Like, I'd much rather be able to run down to your local B&M, pick that up, and you know what I mean? Like, that makes so much more fucking
Cuban
sense.
cigar, in all my years doing this shit, Cuban cigars are very popular with people who do not smoke cigars.
Yeah.
Because that's all they know.
It's almost like a flex. Yeah. Oh, I got some Cubans from a buddy in Jamaica.
Yeah.
They roll on the
Right.
beach.
Right?
Hey, I'm
Fake,
going to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Should I look for some on the beach?
Right?
With a glass top, right?
Yeah, anything that you find in Jamaica is top notch. Something you're not going to find anywhere else.
My cousin's grandma works at the factory, and
Yeah. Got some pubes. You got some toenails. You got different tastes that you're never going to taste again.
That's the taste you're looking for,
Formunda.
right? That's the taste you're looking for.
for.
and I tried telling a guy one time, like, your Cubans are fake. Like, here's what the band's supposed to look like. Nah, my dad, he got him when he was on a cruise. And then I posted it, like, on one of the cigar forums, like, this is fake, right? And they're like, yeah, it's fake. And then I sent them the link. And I was like, bro, like...
It's like Cohiba written in crayon
Like,
and
most
shit.
people-
We've had a few guys that come in.
No, it's Cohiba with a K.
Oh,
Like combat.
fuck.
But
That's
we've
terrible.
had like a few guys come into the shop and shit like that, and they're like, "Yeah, I got this Cuban," and it's like clearly like not real. There's a lot of different things, like with the Cohibas, they have like a little holographic type doodad and shit like that. I had this one older gentleman, and I didn't want to tell him because I felt bad because he was like fucking 70 plus. And like the fucking limited edition was like running like as if for like drawing like Sharpie, and it was in a glass tube as a Cohiba. I said, "Oh yeah, man, that's pretty cool."
Jesus.
Hey, as long as you like it, then
You know, my favorite time to smoke a cigar is after a steak. After like a real fatty steak, dude. Yeah, for sure. After like
Yeah, tube steak, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Now, after like a really good like fatty steak, dude, like to smoke a fucking cigar, dude, afterwards, unfucking believable, man. Like I don't know what it is about that, but that's my favorite fucking time to smoke. Anytime's my favorite time to smoke a fucking cigar.
I get the itis like hardcore with like steaks and like rice. I'm like, ugh, fuck! I can't even possibly do anything more than sleep. Like, I'm like petrified. I'm like confined to the bed. I'm like, we just had rice for dinner. I don't think I'm gonna have sex tonight.
And then knocks the fuck out.
Yeah. That's what put Zack down fucking rice.
And sex for him is like pushing a car through a rope.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
it'd be like, you know, pushing an oyster through a slot machine. Yeah, all right. Settle down, boys.
Settle down. Joe, I mean, I think that's all we got for you, man. We really appreciate you coming on
Of course, bro.
and helping us understand a little bit more about the cigar industry and how it is when it comes to blending the cigars, making cigars, and of course you, right? Like what you've done in the cigar industry.
We definitely got to do this again.
Dude,
Oh, yeah,
for
100%.
sure.
Dude, we have like 4 more hours. I'm pretty sure we could like.
Right?
I'm pretty sure we can
We can do 2
go through these
episodes.
4 more
Right.
hours.
We're all fucking dragging on.
It's just us asleep. That's all it is. It's just knocked out for fucking 2 hours.
One time.
For 2 hours. Joe, we really appreciate
You're like, good night. Yeah, good night.
I love being here.
Joe, we really appreciate you coming on, man. And for anybody out there that's still smoking, God, we really appreciate it, man. And for anybody who hasn't smoked the 113 yet, I hope they still have some at Club Humidor. But get your ass down there and get some, and don't just buy one, because Lord knows whenever this shit will come out again, if it'll ever come out again. So make sure you run down.
I will be brutally honest. This is probably our last release of 113 as far as Sumatra.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Well, there you go. Get your ass down there, buy some, pick some up, pick as much as you can afford, and help out Joe.
Just take out a credit card, all right?
Yeah. Stop at Speedy Cash or wherever the fuck you need to stop at first.
Okay, so before we close out, how
Yeah.
was the cigar?
It was
the
good.
cigar was really
It was
good.
good.
We always rate everything.
honestly.
We always rate everything. We always all the cigars we smoke. We always rate them on a 1 to 10. That's what we always do. And honestly, that was a fucking 10.
Yeah,
had-
like I'm gonna buy singles on top of the boxes I'm buying.
It had all the flavor. The construction was great.
The burn was
The
good.
burn was really, really good. You didn't. The only time I had to relight is when I had to put it down. I was fucking talking too much. But like other than that, phenomenal fucking cigar.
And that's the fucking Lonsdale. In my personal opinion, the Toro is fucking.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna buy a bunch of singles of Toros.
Now I gotta get some Toros too. Now I gotta get some.
And then of course it's GHF. In my opinion, is even better than that if you want a stronger cigar.
Yeah.
Because it's got a triple ligero in it.
Yeah.
The fillers are triple ligero.
That's gonna be. I already know that's gonna be real fucking good. And that's what we'll be smoking. Not on the next episode, but the episode after that. We're gonna be smoking the CHF on here too. So you'll get to hear what we think about the CHF too, because we'll do that. I mean, but other than that, this is Two Guys Rambling. Appreciate you guys being here.
thank
Like,
you.
comment, subscribe, do all the fucking things.
Gents,
Follow
thank you so
Joe.
much. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
It's all gentlemen. Let's be real.
Yeah. Actually, most of our viewers are women.
Damn!
Yeah. No idea how the fuck that happened.
One episode. Y'all.
We'll
Right?
have-
The comments are, when is Zach coming back?
Hey, at this point, security.
Yeah. Get him out of here.
Let's go.
Get him out of here.
Next time, I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about next episode, but come back next week. Watch us next week. And other than that, we're fucking out of here. We'll put all of Joe's stuff at the bottom so you can follow Joe on Instagram. He's real. You can find a lot of shit on Joe's Instagram. You can see all the stuff that Club Humidor is having out.
A lot. Links.
All the links. His OnlyFans is on there too. And then we'll also put Zach's information at the bottom. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Deuces.